What's up again? I'm Jean Baptiste. This is Santo Media, channel of technology. You are welcome. Now we are going to deal with the technology of microchip in the bodies of human. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube is Santo Media RDA. This is part 1 of our conversation of technology concept. Remember, subscribe, share and comments of our conversation. The introduction of microchip. A human microchip implant is any electronic device implanted subcutaneously, subdermally. Examples include an identifying integrated circuit RFID device encased in silicate glass which is implanted in the body of a human being. This type of subdermal implant usually contains a unique ID number that can be linked to information contained in an external database, such as identity document, criminal record, medical history, medications, address book, and more. In 2021, Hans Schoblet showed his EU Digital COVID certificate, UDC, after he scanned a microchip in his arm. 1998, the first experiments with the radio frequency identification, RFID, implant were carried out in 1998 by the British scientist Kevin Warwick. His implant was used to open doors, switch on lights, and cause verbal output within a building. After 9 days the implant was removed and has since been held in the Science Museum in London. 2004, March 18, 2004, Nokia, Philips, now under NXP Semiconductors, and Sony established the NFC Forum, a non-profit industry forum to advance the use of NFC wireless interaction in consumer electronics, mobile devices, and PCs. Standards include the 4 distinct tag types that provide different communication speeds and capabilities covering flexibility, memory, security, data retention, and write endurance. NFC Forum promotes implementation and standardization of NFC technology to ensure interoperability between devices and services. 2005, in early March 2005, hobbyist Amal Grafstra implanted a 125 kHz M4102 bioglass encased RFID transponder into his left hand. It was used with an access control system to gain entry to his office. Soon after, in June 2005, he implanted a more advanced HIDIG S2048 low-frequency transponder. In 2006 he authored the book RFID Toys. Grafstra uses his implants to access his home, open car doors, and to log on to his computer. With public interest growing, in 2013 he launched biohacking company Dangerous Things and crowdfunded the world's first implantable NFC transponder in 2014. He has also spoken at various events and promotional gigs including TEDx, and built a smart gun that only fires after reading his implant. 2009, on March 16, 2009, British scientist Mark Gasson had a glass capsule RFID device surgically implanted into his left hand. In April 2010, Gasson's team demonstrated how a computer virus could wirelessly infect his implant and then be transmitted onto other systems. Gasson reasoned that with implanted technology the separation between man and machine can become theoretical because the technology can be perceived by the human as being a part of their body. Because of this development in our understanding of what constitutes our body and its boundaries, he became credited as being the first human infected by a computer virus. He has no plans to remove his implant. 2014, in June 2014, during the From Now conference in Vancouver, Canada, event organizer and futurist Nicholas Badminton had an XNT chip implanted into his left hand on stage by noted biohacker Amal Grafstra. 2018, Vivo Key Technologies developed the first cryptographically secure human implantable NFC transponders in 2018. The Spark is an AES 128-bit capable ISO/IEC 15693 2mm by 12mm bioglass encased injectable device. The Flex 1 is an implantable contactless secure element, capable of running Java card applets, software programs, including Bitcoin wallets, PGP, OAuth OTP, U2F, WebAuthn, etc. It is encapsulated in a flat, flexible 7mm x 34mm x 0.4mm flat biopolymer shell. Applets can be deployed to the Flex 1 before or after implantation. 2020, on August 28, 2020, Neuralink CEO Elon Musk revealed a company-directed live video podcast showcasing a pig called Gertrude with a coin-sized computer chip in her brain to demonstrate his ambitious plans to create a working brain-to-machine interface. 2021, Disruptive Subdermals tested a COVID-19 vaccine passport in their bioglass-coated NFC microchip designed to get implanted in the subcutaneous tissue for humans. However, this is a startup hub, is not yet for sale. It has been demonstrated by its managing director Hans Schablet, who wears the chip in his arm. Purpose and appeal. Patients that undergo NFC implants do so for a variety of reasons ranging from biomedical diagnostics, health reasons to gaining new senses, gain biological enhancement, to be part of existing growing movements, for workplace purposes, security, hobbyists, and for scientific endeavor. Notable people. Several hobbyists, through to scientists and business personalities, have placed RFID microchip implants into their hands or had them inserted by others. A surgeon implants British scientist Dr. Mark Gasson in his left hand with an RFID microchip, March 16, 2009. Biohacker Hans Schablet has been experimenting with near-field communication, NFC, chip implants since 2015. During his talk at ESHAP Evoli 2016 in Paris, Schablet disclosed that he has also implanted himself with a chip between his forefinger and thumb and uses it to unlock doors, make payments, unlock his phone, and essentially replacing anything that is put in one's pockets. Additionally, Schablet has hosted several implant parties, where interested individuals can also be implanted with the chip. In October 2021, Schablet appeared in a video interview with Aftonbladet where he demonstrated how he receives a QR code when he scans a microchip implant in his arm that contains his EU Digital COVID certificate, UDC. Mikey Sklar had a chip implanted into his left hand and filmed the procedure. Jonathan Oxer self-implanted an RFID chip in his arm using a veterinary implantation tool. Martijn Wismeijer, Dutch marketing manager for Bitcoin ATM manufacturer General Bytes, placed RFID chips in both of his hands to store his Bitcoin private keys and business card. Patrick Land sent a bio payment of €1 worth of Bitcoin using a chip embedded in his hand. Marcel Varallo had an NXP chip coated in Bioglass 8625 inserted into his hand between his forefinger and thumb, allowing him to open secure elevators and doors at work, print from secure printers, unlock his mobile phone and home, and store his digital business card for transfer to mobile phones enabled for NFC. Amal Grafstra, CEO of Vivoki and Dangerous Things, has gained prominency for being an inventor and business commercial distributor of subdermal RFID/NFC implants on the world stage. Implanted in both hands with his company's implants, he aims to bring awareness to the growing implantation movement. Application. For microchip implants that are encapsulated in silicate glass, there exists multiple methods to embed the device subcutaneous, ranging from placing the microchip implant in a syringe or trocar and piercing under the flesh, subdermal, then releasing the syringe, to using a cutting tool such as a surgical scalpel to cut open subdermal and positioning the implant in the open wound. Potential future applications. In 2017, Mike Miller, chief executive of the World Olympians Association, was widely reported as suggesting the use of such implants in athletes in an attempt to reduce problems in sports due to recreational drug use. Theoretically, a GPS-enabled chip could one day make it possible for individuals to be physically located by latitude, longitude, altitude, and velocity. Such implantable GPS devices are not technically feasible at this time. However, if widely deployed at some future point, implantable GPS devices could conceivably allow authorities to locate missing people and/or fugitives and those who fled from a crime scene. Critics contend, however, that the technology could lead to political repression as governments could use implants to track and persecute human rights activists, labor activists, civil dissidents, and political opponents. Criminals and domestic abusers could use them to stalk and harass their victims, and child abusers could use them to locate and abduct children. Another suggested application for a tracking implant, discussed in 2008 by the legislature of Indonesia's Irian Jaya, would be to monitor the activities of people infected with HIV, aimed at reducing their chances of infecting other people. The microchipping section was not, however, included in the final version of the provincial HIV/AIDS handling bylaw passed by the legislature in December 2008. With current technology, this would not be workable anyway, since there is no implantable device on the market with GPS tracking capability. Since modern payment methods rely upon RFID/NFC, it is thought that implantable microchips, if they were to ever become popular in use, would form a part of the cashless society. Chip implants have already been used in nightclubs such as the Baja Club for such a purpose, allowing patrons to purchase drinks with their implantable microchip. Market share of implanted individuals may possibly move on to more safer applications of wearable electronics and hardware such as wearable computer. Usage. A list of popular uses for microchip implants are as follows: address book, cryptocurrency wallet, keycard, medical history/medical records, medical identification tag, payment cards, travel cards. Let us end this part here, we will continue the next part. Stay on Santo Media RDA.